Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about my experiences running the VBC Wildfire D08 for the first time. I had 2 days of solid practice with the D08 and also the Lightning 12M, which is the 112 scale. I was going back and forth between the two chassis, testing them out, but in this video I'm just going to talk about the D08 and just tell you about my experiences. Now, before I go into any detail about the car itself, I race at a racetrack uh, in Japan called K Stadium. It's in Kurume, uh, Kyushu. This track has a lot of fast and talented drivers, and a lot of the guys that race up there run Yokomos, and there's one guy who also races an Awesomatics, the latest Awesomatics. And those guys are really fast. And prior to picking up the D08, I was running one of the Yokomos, the 2016, and I just never had the pace or consistency with the new Yokomo. And I was always like 4 or 5 tenths off of the fast guys. And I was just scratching my head trying to figure out how to get the car to be composed coming in and out of the corners and also maintaining corner speed throughout the course of a race. It just wasn't there. I just wasn't it the car didn't match my driving style. So going into the past weekend with the D08, I was really curious to know how well this car would match my driving style. I would say my driving style is quite smooth, but I'm quite hard in and hard out coming into the corners. Obviously, that's typically the driving style you want to have for touring car. But I was a little apprehensive. I was a little worried that I would have issues with the D08. However, luckily, this wasn't the issue. I was very surprised at how well this car was able to take itself around the track without any issues. And the car, like coming into the corners under braking and coming out of the corners under acceleration, was amazing. It was probably the best experience I've had so far racing touring cars in Japan. The car was so stable, so easy to drive, and all the setup changes that I did make, I could instantly feel on the track. And like when I'm talking about changes, I'm talking about like flex characteristics. Like there are so many flex options that you can adjust on this chassis. Even if just doing one change at a time, you can notice the handling differences. And coupled with these changes to the overall stability, it really makes you a confident driver. It really helps you improve your driving. So I was really impressed with how the car was able to drive itself around the track. Um, Not only that, the durability. Now, it was a shakedown session for the weekend, and I hit a few boards, and this car definitely can take some serious hits. Like a lot of the Yokomo guys saw me clip the boards, like solid wooden boards coming off the straightaway on a high-speed sweeper, and they're like, "Oh, you're broken," and the car just kept going. And the durability of this car is phenomenal. And like I was surprised after hitting the boards a few times that I was able to walk away with a few scratches. But um, yeah, the car is great. It's really brought back my love for touring cars. I know it sounds silly, but you know when you have a touring car and the setup changes that you make are not going the way that you want them to go, especially for your driving style, it can be very frustrating. And I was at that point with the previous chassis I had, and it's not saying that the previous manufacturer's chassis is not good at all. It's just it didn't match my driving style, and I'm very thankful that I was able to get the opportunity to try the VBC Wildfire D08 because it's just so easy to drive. It just gives you the confidence of putting that car into the corner and you know very well coming out of the corner, it's going to bring you out and it's not going to cause you any problems. Um, Now, with the whole stability situation, the car still maintains a lot of corner speed. Like, as I mentioned earlier, there's some guys out there, local hotshots, that are really, really fast, like Awesomatics, Yokomo guys. And those guys are kind of like my benchmark to see where my setup is. And I was only 1/10 at one point, 1/10 of a second at one point. I had the fastest lap during the race weekend. So this car is capable. Um, so there's no worries there. Now, the options that I've gone ahead with to run on the carpet, I went with the team, well, not the team, but the true big bore shock setup here with the SMJ pinks and SMJ blues on the rear. I found I tried running X-ray progressive fronts and linear rear, and I found that the car was okay, but it just didn't have the consistency. Maybe just didn't match my driving style, but the SMJ springs are amazing. Really makes the car composed going in and out of the corners. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the VBC Wildfire D08. I never would have thought that I would come back to enjoy racing touring cars and like really putting down some serious lap times. I know there's a lot more I can bring out in the Wildfire D08. Just I need some more time for testing and tuning. One interesting thing I kept tuning with, besides the springs, which I kept with the pinks on the front and blues on the rear, I tested the chassis flex characteristics, especially with the center post. I found that the center post really changes the overall composure, handling characteristics of this car. So I picked up the solid post, the one post with the rubber O-ring, so it's kind of an in-between. And I found for my driving style, I really, really liked having the solid post in the middle there. That really made the car consistent for my driving style. Without the post, it made the car turn in a lot harder, which is good. I think if I was to test some other springs with this no post setup, I think I could get the car working well. But overall, really impressed with the VBC Wildfire D08. Like I said, just went out for the first time doing a shakedown with this car, and it was right on pace. The only options that I picked up were the true big bore shocks for performance enhancements. That's all I picked up, and I was right on par with a lot of the drivers out there, a lot of the local fast guys. I only go up to that track once or twice a month. These guys that race there, the local fast guys, are there every day after work practicing. So it says a lot about the chassis and its ability to battle against the big names like Yokomo and Tamiya. So VBC, awesome work. Love the chassis, and I can't wait to take it out on the track again. It's really ignited my love for touring car again. Okay, please check out VBC Racing, the VBC Racing D08 Wildfire. Awesome kit, great price. Definitely check them out. Okay, bye-bye.